covering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Welcome back to Cass Tech. Game 3 out of 6 today. Already the Cass Tech women and the Bloomfield Hills boys have won. Now here comes a fun matchup between the Trojans of Detroit Henry Ford and the Lumberjacks of Saginaw Arthur Hill. A couple of programs with state title trophies in the case, and now we get to see a matchup. Evan Stockton, Chad Bush back with you. So Chad, as we approach this matchup, the team in white Henry Ford, team that won the state title in 2015, made it back there in 2016. A school that counts Special K himself, Greg Kelser, among the alums. A team that's still growing, frankly, this year's unit. They haven't won yet. They're 0-6. They lost 4 senior starters from last year's team. On the other side, the team in blue and yellow, the Lumberjacks of Saginaw Arthur Hill, another team that's still kind of figuring things out. Only 1 starter back from last year, and it's weird times in Saginaw. They're about to combine Arthur Hill and Saginaw to become one high school. But in the final year of this outfit, Arthur Hill, they're off to a good start, 5-1. I think we're going to learn a lot about them when they play Henry Ford today.
I think so. I think the Lumberjacks are coming in here very confident. They know it's their final year in their program's history before they combine with their rival all these years, Saginaw High. They want to make a statement in Detroit. They came down here last year. They're a perennial opponent in this Holiday Classic, but they'll take on a hungry Trojan team. And just like we saw last game, an 0-5 Blackhawk team from Bloomfield Hills, they were hungry and got their first win in this tournament against a team they weren't favored to beat. So the Trojans are going to look to do exactly that today. I like their guard play of Buffkin and Stampley. They're a young team, as you mentioned. They're small. They don't have a ton of size. They're going to rely upon quickness to get some open looks today and some second chance opportunities.
Henry Ford in the white, Arthur Hill in the blue and yellow. A couple of programs that have histories down the road at the Breslin Center in the not-too-distant past. As for today, it's at Cass Tech. Full day of games. Cass Tech girls beat the Grosse Pointe South girls in our first game. Bloomfield Hills, congratulations to them, just won their first game of the year. Took down Detroit Central. And now our third game of the day, out of 6, about to get going.
Yep. This is, I always like the Lumberjacks look. They come out with the Argyle, North Carolina look on the sides.
Tyler Dorsey will jump it up. And he lost the tap. Henry Ford's got it. Off we go. Quick start for the Trojans. Stampley's lefty leaner, no good. Down to the floor he goes, trying to save it. Bodies all over the place. Joseph Downey down there for Ford. And Henry Ford ends up burning a timeout 12 seconds into the game.
You think about Detroit, you think about Saginaw, you think about a couple of blue-collar communities that aren't afraid to get dirty on the deck. And it didn't take us but 11 seconds to see that these two programs are going to be no different here today in game number 3.
So here's what's going on with both of these teams. We were just talking about it. Henry Ford comes in 0-6, but they dropped a tough one about a week before Christmas against Pershing, lost by 6. Already played Cass, have already played King, already played Renaissance, and lost to those schools. As for Arthur Hill, their only loss of the year, a 4-point defeat at Hamtramck. We've covered them a bunch the last couple of years. We know the talent they've got. Arthur Hill hasn't played since the 15th when they beat Grand Haven by 15.
It's a long gap. We'll see how they come out here in this ball game with energy.
Stampley thinking about the step back. Now it's Darryl Mayweather with the basketball. And he traveled. Good defensive start for the Lumberjacks.
Lumberjacks are an in-your-face, man-to-man defensive team. A team that does have a little bit of size with Tyler Dorsey, their wing.
Just one returning starter from last year for Arthur Hill, but they do have some pieces back. Hardy, one of those pieces back, driving baseline, and he traveled as he was driving baseline.
A lot of turnovers to start almost every game we've seen today. All three of them now. Sort of everybody's off schedule a bit. Not to make excuses, but this holiday season throws everybody off schedule. I know you're off schedule a bit today.
I have no idea. What day of the week is today? Wednesday?
Yeah, feels like a Saturday, doesn't it?
I have no idea.
I know. Well, neither did they.
It's horrible. Slept in yesterday till like 10:30. Just a late start to the day. Oh, it's banked in. I hope Bartel Stampley called bank.
How about it? Stampley scratches the surface first.
But the Lumberjacks have an answer. They're trying Dorsey in the middle. Tyler fighting down there. He's still got the ball. And a foul on the floor. The
one decisive advantage in this game is the size. Arthur Hill has a little more size, and especially Dorsey, who's active down there and talented. You're going to see the bank three here. Count it. Still counts the same.
Tie up on the drive for Hardy. And the arrow keeps it on this end with Arthur Hill.
You mentioned Henry Ford and their lineage and program history, and their head coach, Kenneth Flowers. Been there a long time. Great things. State champion in 2016. Runner-up in 2015.
Brooks, no. Rebound inside for the Trojans.
Well respected in the city.
Yeah, thrown out of play. So Flowers, not only is he the coach at Henry Ford, he's also an assistant at Schoolcraft. And people ask him all the time, why do you do so much? Why do you do both? He says, I don't know, I just like basketball. Or else would I be?
Because he can.
Yeah,
because he can.
Oh, almost a follow-up jam for the Lumberjacks. Goes out of play. Brooks nearly had the highlight.
How about Lina Brooks? A little pogo stick action right in that green paint. The high rise. Look at this camera angle. Beautiful. Thank you, Mr. Westfall. Just missed it.
Arthur Hill still trying to get on the board. They're looking for that good shot. And they get the kind roll. There's the good look for Brooks.
I like Brooks a lot. And the pressure continues. Brooks is a smooth, athletic wing.
Corner three, no good. Henry Ford rebound with Downey. They got a foul before a potential travel. Marquis Hurd for Arthur Hill thought for sure that was a travel.
Yeah, Hurd got him hard. That's how you're supposed to foul him. He did get some ball, but look, they're not going to be calling anything light. Going to have to earn things here. Fine heady move as well by Downey, the 6'3" forward, to get his defender in the air. Savvy play.
Missed the first. One more coming for the 6'3" senior, Joseph Downey. Chad was just talking about the lack of size that Henry Ford has. It's their tallest starter at 6'3".
He's going to be counted upon to grab a lot of glass tonight, need it.
Missed both free throws. Offensive rebound, Mayweather. Got it right back to Downey. And it's out of bounds. Really good defense by Tyler Dorsey.
Really good defense. Just walled up, didn't foul, forced the errant shot. Size makes a difference. Tyler Dorsey making his impact early.
Still waiting for the scoring seal on this ball game to come unglued a bit. Hardy for Terry.
Little 2-3 zone by Henry Ford.
Get a foul on Downey. They thought potentially they'd get a travel. Instead, it's a foul. Hardy. No good. Long rebound. Brooks. Turn around, fall away. Jay, no good. Ooh, Hardy got a steal. Pass tipped. Loose. Stampley finds it. throws it up and gets fouled.
Great effort by Martell Stampley to create this loose ball. Watch him tap it ahead here. High hands to start it, taps ahead, and the athleticism and awareness to wait for it and draw the foul. Nice play.
Off to the line he goes. One more coming for Stampley, one of those returners from Henry Ford's team. A team that last year beat Farmington in the first round of the playoffs and then lost to North Farmington. No slouch in that. That is always a good club led by Todd Negosian.
Number 1 in the state after the loss by Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Many have them number 1 in the state right now. They're better this year, perhaps.
Still a long way to go. Still figuring out who's going to be at the Breslin Center in a couple of months. Good shot that Arthur Hill may join us at the Breslin Center in a couple of months. Timeout on the floor. 4:45 to go, first quarter. Henry Ford off to the early lead. Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure, steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Back to action here at Cass Tech. Defensive struggle so far. Arthur Hill looking for a bucket. They do not get it on the first attempt, but they get a reload. Offensive rebound, Hardy.
That's the problem with the 2-3 zone.
And that's how you beat it, Chad. Terry hitting it from the left side.
Yeah, that is the absolute Bible on how to break it. 3-point shot, offensive rebound, get it back to the shooter. Tie game at 5, partner.
Quarion Terry knocks down the 3. What's the response for Henry Ford? Nearly stolen by Brooks. Stampley still got it. Stampley, floater, off glass and in.
Stampley took that personal. Brooks got up in him, and Stampley says, all right. Nice little glasser. Not sure if he called it.
Hardy on the probe, tough floater, no good. Lumberjacks battling for the board. Downey came up with it, then he threw it away. Brooks, lob, oh my goodness. Nearly a jam for Hardy. Still, Lumberjacks ball, they tried it again. Brooks missed it.
One more time, please.
Terry inside, floater, no good. There were multiple times on that possession where Arthur Hill nearly made all the highlight shows.
Exciting. Not a lot of points to show for it, but my goodness, some pogos.
Stampley missed it. Hurd rebound for the Lumberjacks. And Hardy will get it up the floor.
That might have been blocked.
And he missed the layup. Oh my goodness. 2 feet it in, Arthur Hill just has a lid on that thing.
It really does. That's over and back.
Unforced error on Henry Ford.
No doubt. A little bit sloppy, tight game, still getting to know their teammates, but it's this pressure by Arthur Hill. I mean, it's a, look at this lob, just off the mark, and then back with another play. Here comes the other, says, I'm gonna try it. He missed it, I'll give you a little joy, a little shine.
And then the third shot was no good too.
Right.
Brooks gave it up to Hardy, and he got fouled on the way up. They've got like extenders in their legs, man, the way they get up in the air.
Saginaw's off the ground and off the ground quick, explosive foul here on Downey. I think they're going to get. Free throws, though, earned by Donquavius Hardy.
Big foul, by the way, on Ford. You were right, it was on Downey. He's their best post player down low, but 2 fouls, and they got to take him out.
Is that right? Yeah, okay. Well, not a lot of size. He's like the size. I have to check a freshman in here in a minute.
Oh, there we go.
There's your wedgie.
I knew it was coming. Our first wedgie of the day.
We saw a wongy, and now we have a wedgie. Our day's complete. You can leave now, sir.
How about that? Incredible.
Oh, it's the little things.
I've been told I get excited by the little things. You know what? Sue me. That's a foul as Buffkin was going inside.
Oh, we've got insurance. Free throws earned by Henry Ford. Trojans getting after it. Kenneth Flowers, we said the head coach. Juan Armstrong, Jay Withers, James Towns, and Keith Jennings, hard-working assistants, as you see the replay there. Earning his stripes at the line.
One more coming for Buffkin. 6-foot junior. I'm about to get a sub here for Henry Ford. They bring Mayweather, the junior, back in as Love, the freshman, sits down. Mayweather back in, he's 6'4". Terry from deep, not that time. Battle for the rebound. That's Tyler Dorsey sticking his mitts in there for Arthur Hill. The arrow says it's Lumberjacks basketball.
Dorsey's in the middle of everything. Dorsey is just, and we saw him last year in this tournament. Had a strong game.
Buford off the bench. Terry driving baseline, threw it up in between a double, and he drew a foul. Clearly that's the attack plan for Arthur Hill here. Get this thing inside.
Yep, spread it, get it down low, get a high percentage shot, get fouled. Good drive in the baseline, force the two-team. Kalen Burton, I believe, with a foul. Kind of been stuck in mud here a bit in this first game, first quarter. Game still trying to find itself. One thing's for sure, we've got excitement, we've got athleticism, we've got some plays that are going to get some people up on their feet. There you see the head coach for Arthur Hill.
Tony Davis, 6 years the head coach. Went to Arthur Hill, used to be an assistant at Arthur Hill. Now he's the head guy. Right now he's watching DeQuery and Terry miss the second free throw. Offensive rebound, Buford.
They're pesky, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Still playing against that zone. Henry Ford, without the size, forced to play zone, Ken Flowers feels, with their best chance to win.
Hardy give up down low. Dorsey fumbled it out of bounds. That time the zone gave him some fits.
It did, and the little guys down low, sometimes better leverage. Active hands.
Lead of the ball for Henry Ford, a team that's looking for its first win of the season. Stampley into the corner. Johnson missed the three. Now Hurd surveys the situation. Terry, not that time. Rebound Stampley. Stampley gets downhill. Floater off glass, no. Lumberjacks leaking a guy ahead of the play. And a two-hand stuff for Brooks.
There it is. Lina Brooks slams it home. Tied at 8 as we enter the final minute of this first quarter.
And a bit of a rock fight in the first 7 minutes and change. Stampley sitting on 6. Backs it out. Now gives it up to Burt. Had it, lost it, loose on the floor in the paint. And a held ball keeps it with Henry Ford. Just about 27 seconds to go, first half. First quarter, I should say.
Yes, sir. Throw ahead, Brooks. Bam. Wanted to do that a couple other times today. Got her done there.
Now Michael Johnson for Stampley. Martell backs it out. Gets a screen from Love. Oh man, that is a late foul on Brooks.
It is. That's the fourth. They had one to give. That was the time to do it. But look for Stampley to be the guy that gets the final shot here. Look for maybe some horns action to try to get him a look. And Ken Flowers is going to try to get a player, and he can't do it. Clock's not going.
Oh boy.
Yikes.
Under 7 seconds to go, first quarter. Stampley's got to realize how much time there is. Stepping back with 2. Wanted a foul, didn't get it. And that closes the first quarter. Henry Ford and Arthur Hill. One of those quarters where the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. 8 minutes down, 8 more to go in the first half.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
We were talking about Coach Flowers earlier for Henry Ford. He deserves his flowers again. See what I did
Well
there?
done.
Kenneth Flowers has been at Henry Ford for 17 seasons. School that won the Class B title in 2016, made it to the state title game in 2015. You know, Chad, I'm always curious, right? A coach like Kenneth Flowers has had a lot of success for a long time. Fighting for that rebound down there, Arthur Hill had it, lost it, had it again, lost it again. This is a leak out for Henry Ford. Stampley for 2. And now we get an official's timeout on the floor. There's an injured lumberjack down there.
That's Dorsey, and he's in some serious pain.
Oh, boy.
And, this isn't good. Dorsey, you hope it's, yikes, anguishing in pain. We'll step aside for a moment while we got a chance. Just underway, second quarter. Back in a moment.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Did you know that kids are not little adults when it comes to sports injuries? That's because of something called the growth plate. Growth plates exist all over the human body in our growing athletes. They're actually little cartilage discs that exist at the end of all the long bones. It's simply where a kid grows. The problem is that the growth plate can be the weak link. What might be a sprain, a strain, or a tear in an adult when they hurt themselves can actually be a growth plate fracture in a kid. So it's important, if your kid has hurt themselves and they're not using their arm or they're not able to put weight on a leg, come see one of us, get an x-ray, and make sure it's not a growth plate fracture. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
We want to give a freaky fast shout out to the Jimmy John's at 95 Monroe Street at Campus Martius, right down the road in Detroit today, for feeding our crew. A big crew today, 6 games. Jimmy John's has us all taken care of. Fresh, fast, delicious. The Tomey Group has 45 Jimmy John locations in and around Metro Detroit, and they never disappoint. We thank Jimmy John's. There you see it. There you have it. Partner, it's delicious always, and we appreciate them keeping us through this warm winter evening.
How many sandwiches you up to? 4?
3.
Okay.
The vegetarian doesn't count. I didn't want it. I just felt bad wasting it. It was awful, but awfully good with some mayonnaise. And then the turkey was delicious, and then the Italian nightclub. I mean, everything just got better and better and better. There's Kenneth Flowers, former Detroit Redford head coach. Remember, he coached Manny Harris, former Mr. Basketball, U of M star. He played in the league for a while.
Mm-hmm.
There we are. There he is. Eli Wiles made an appearance. Good to see Eli. Good to see you, too.
Thank you.
Evan
Nice
is
to
doing
think of her all
duty
day.
with Motor City Cruise basketball. He's going to call later. You're out of here after this.
I am,
and
yeah.
then you're off to call with Lexi Ayala, Cruise basketball. Such a great, versatile crew. Thank you for being so versatile. You looking forward to, I know, the rest of this ball game.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of this Holiday Classic?
I think it's a lot of fun, right? It's cool to see sporting events around holidays, and obviously here in Michigan we think about Thanksgiving and the state football finals and all that stuff. But for all the high school games that they play around Christmas time is a lot of fun because A, gives us something great to cover, but B, I mean, think about, the holidays and Christmas time, right? You're around your family, you're around your friends, you're looking for something to do. Maybe come down here, watch some high school basketball, or watch us here on the Prep. It's a fun little holiday tradition for so many to go watch some high school hoops.
It is. And then I like the fact that you have these schools from all these different leagues. Saginaw comes to us today from the Saginaw Valley League. We saw a team earlier from the MAC Red and Grosse Pointe South. And, we're going to see a different team in East Lansing who comes from the Capital Conference. And all over the place we see Bloomfield Hills, the OAA. It's nice to have a collection of teams, not just from Metro Detroit, but from even outside in the Saginaws and the Lansings.
Reason we've got a delay here is Tyler Dorsey was hit up near his eye, left the ball game a couple of minutes ago, and they're still attending to him on the Arthur Hill bench. They're going to wipe down some of that floor as well. We'll take another break here and come on back. Saginaw, Arthur Hill, and Henry Ford in a break as they keep looking at Tyler Dorsey. We're thinking about 15 in blue and yellow, and hopefully some good news to tell you when we're back in just a minute.
Years of playing sports took a toll on my feet. The worst was the tear in my Achilles tendon. I went to fix my feet today, and I've been pain-free for 2 years. I'm back to pickleball 5 days a week. Amazing!
I've been fixing foot pain for decades. Don't give up hope. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Henry Ford coming in still looking for their first win of the season, but as we've talked about, there's a proud tradition at Henry Ford High. Ken Johnson graduated in '96, spent some time in the NBA. This program made the Class B title game in 2015 and 2016.
He was so good at Ohio State.
Yeah. Are we allowed to mention Henry Ford without mentioning Special K, Greg Kelser?
I think you need to mention him, absolutely.
What would Greg's game plan be on this game?
I don't know, but we see his brother all the time.
Yeah.
Raymond Kelser, one of the best officials in the business. Runs a lot of camps. Does an excellent job. So does Greg Kelser, of course, on Pistons television.
Stampley had 2 looks at it, missed them both. We're back to action here at Cass Tech as we got a turnover on Arthur Hill. They're still looking at Tyler Dorsey, number 15, on the far left side of the bench. He got cut up near his eye a couple of minutes ago. Yeah, there's a look. Man, I just hope he's all right because he's kind of been in that position for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I thought it was a lower extremity that got knocked around, and that's certainly more concerning, not to say this isn't.
Big shot for Trey Buffkin. A 3 for Trey, and a larger lead for Henry Ford.
Buffkin, one of their better threats from downtown, not known for their shooting, but Buffkin is the guy that adds that. Ken Flowers trying to get his team to get a cushion and a lead in a winless season thus far.
Inbound for the Lumberjacks. Haven't led in this game yet. Hardy turns right, flips it up, couldn't get the roll, but he is going to the line.
Yeah, Arthur Hill able to attack this zone and penetrate, get in the gaps too easily. Some of the zone principles here just were not followed closely enough. Too much space in the paint, not enough help, and exposed by Hardy.
One more coming for Don Cuevas Hardy. Sophomore who was on the team last year. We've talked about how Saginaw Arthur Hill still kind of figuring out the rotation. Just one starter back from last year. But whatever they're doing so far this year is working, off to a 5-1 start.
They've got some pieces. They're going to cause problems in the Saginaw Valley League in their final season as Saginaw Arthur Hill.
Stampley, another turnover. Arthur Hill starting to make it happen. Throw down, two hands, Brooks.
Lina with a second yaya. Athletic, big, fun to watch.
Starting to unravel a little bit. That's another turnover for Henry Ford. The pressure comes for Arthur Hill, and Henry Ford doesn't know what to do right now.
You get a dunk like that, you're Arthur Hill, you're feeling really good, and it just translates over sometimes to the defensive side.
No good. Hardy missed it, and now Henry Ford gets up the floor with Buffkin. Trey Buffkin off glass.
5 straight for Buffkin. This is a guy that's had some quick answers.
Kelly, give up. Ooh, look at that finish. Scooping it off the glass for 2. Hardy.
How about it?
Back and forth we go. A little rhythm now. Buffkin. Not that time. Rebound Lumberjacks. Brooks moving. Lost the ball.
Yep, try to do too much with it. 3-on-3 situation. Numbers here for Henry Ford.
Stampley gives it up. Johnson, corner 3, no. Follow, yes. Mayweather.
It's a guy we haven't heard a lot from today, but he's got some size at 6'4", and a team that doesn't have a lot of it. Big bucket there and a second chance opportunity.
Back up to a 3-point game. Look at the hands for Johnson. Trojans ahead of the pack. Buffkin for 2.
That's Michael Johnson. You talk about not having zone principles the time before. This time they do, and they dig at that elbow. Johnson gets the steal and forces the easy layup.
All of a sudden, Arthur Hill's got some work to do. Another steal for Henry Ford. Trojans starting to feel it. Buffkin 2 more, and a timeout for Arthur Hill.
7-0 run. How about it? The energy by the boys from Henry Ford High, starting with defense and finishing in the open floor like that sleigh gliding across the Christmas skies.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Father are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid. and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Just about halfway to go. Second quarter. Henry Ford's never trailed. They're up to a 7-point lead here. Arthur Hill needs an answer, Chad.
I'm sorry, partner. A winless team looking for a win. We saw Bloomfield Hills do it last game. Can Henry Ford do it in this game, our third of the day?
Ooh, steal there and a foul on Hardy. You know, what's really impressive about this run for Henry Ford is they lost their best big guy, Downey, in the first quarter with a couple of fouls. They haven't looked back even with that.
Next man up. Ken Flowers believes in that, and that's what's happened today, but that's a good catch. That was a guy that we expected to contribute quite a bit today, and we have not seen him return to the game. It's not a deep bench, and there's not a lot of size, but he's one of the guys they've really trusted.
Stampley navigated around a couple of Lumberjacks. Long two coming, no good. Mayweather out ahead of the pack again. That's two for her.
And a really nice find from Lina Brooks. I like the way Arthur Hill passes the basketball. Very skilled in that manner.
They break the press. Trojans get up the floor, miss the layup with Johnson. Here comes Brooks. Downhill. Floater. No. Rebound. Battled for. The tie-up would give it to Henry Ford on the arrow. And that is what they called. Both teams cycling through the roster so far. Arthur Hill will bring in Knowledge Hilliard, number 11, into the game.
Getting deeper into that bench. Opportunities to prove yourself. Here you go. Middle of a Holiday Classic in downtown Detroit.
Turnover. Terry on the probe. No good. Roll off.
Give it up. Give it up.
Mayweather kept it. Missed it, but drew a blocking foul on Hurd.
Nobody wants to give it up on a 3-on-2 break anymore. And I don't understand it. I'm not criticizing. I just don't understand it. 3-on-2 breaks. I guess guys maybe think that that's the expected thing to do, and they're not going to get guarded. But it just seems to me that it doesn't happen ever.
Mayweather got bailed out, though. He got the foul, and
yes,
now he's getting one more free throw.
Yep, it worked out. At the end of the day, the goal is to score points.
Yep.
And if it happens by way of getting fouled and shooting free throws, so be it.
1 of 2 at the line for Mayweather.
2-3 zone remains. It's been effective.
Hilliard got it. Knowledge Hilliard bullseye.
Ice cold off the bench. The guy checked in. How about it?
Some would say it was smart to bring in Knowledge.
3-on-1.
Keeping it himself and laying it in for 2. I think Hardy wanted to jam that one really bad.
He did. He landed on his foot or knee a little funny, though. Keep an eye on number 10. Boy, I love his athleticism and burst.
All of a sudden, it's a 1-point game. No whistle. Knowledge Hilliard has come into the game. He's hit a shot on one end, and he's playing good D on the other end.
He sure is. Good wall up on that end. Didn't get a block. Kept his feet in good positioning. Henry Ford's going to go to the bench and try to find something. They've lost a little bit. Credit Saginaw Arthur Hill for that. Nice replay there of what went down.
Terry, 3, good. First lead of the day for Arthur Hill.
DeQuarion Terry can hit that shot. Boy, it's a smooth looking stroke too, isn't it?
Foul on Terry, who just hit the 3, but yes, absolutely, very smooth looking stroke. It's now 7 for number 3 in blue and yellow.
I believe Arthur Hill has this lead, and what a run. 9-0, I believe.
Henry Ford had led from the jump, but Arthur Hill making it interesting. Another steal. Hardy, the active hands. Hardy, floater, good. That thing is smooth.
11-0 run. Wow, what a move by the boys from Saginaw.
Henry Ford needs an answer. Didn't get it there. Rebound, Terry. Lumberjacks are feeling it. Brooks tried it again. One of these has to go in at some point for Brooks.
I knew it was coming. Here it comes.
Hardy for 2.
You got to get a timeout if you're Ken Flowers. I mean, this is an avalanche here. Saginaw's feeling themselves.
Stampley into the front court. Trojans need a bucket in the worst way. Pressure coming. Corner 3. Oh my goodness, they needed that. Big shot, Mayweather.
Mayweather's been big in this second quarter. A couple of big pops to stop runs. That's a nice piece of gauze.
Arthur Hill has closed this quarter uber strong. Let's see if they play for the final shot.
What a half.
Yeah. You talk about momentum swings.
And the pace change in the second quarter from the first, thankfully.
Gotta go. Hardy threw it up. Drew foul.
Slipped on the floor, drew the foul, and tell you what, very aggressive. DeQuarvis Hardy. Another look. Getting to the stripe there.
One more coming for Hardy.
He landed funny, and I don't know, that feels a little uncomfortable.
Missed them both. Can Henry Ford get one off? From just inside half court, Stampley's shot got blocked, and Arthur Hill closed that quarter strong. Led by as many as 6 in the final couple minutes of the second quarter. It's a 3-point lead for the Lumberjacks over the Henry Ford Trojans after 2 quarters of basketball, and our 3rd game out of 6 today from Cass Tech.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with a simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G-Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
As the voice of Michigan's student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports should be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe that athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe that students in the stands should have fun,
but not take away the focus from the game.
We believe coaches should act like teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and support their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
Every morning, I woke up with stabbing pain in my feet. Plantar fasciitis, the doctor called it. All I know is it really hurt. One visit to fix my feet today and the pain was gone. And even better, the custom arch supports I got worked in all my shoes.
Don't wait. End your foot pain now. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Years of playing sports took a toll on my feet. The worst was the tear in my Achilles tendon. I went to fix my feet today and I've been pain-free for 2 years. I'm back to pickleball 5 days a week. Amazing!
I've been fixing foot pain for decades. Don't give up hope. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure, steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Back at Cass Tech, we're taking a look at some of the highlights from that first half. Henry Ford led for much of that first half, Chad, but Arthur Hill closed the half strong. They got a 3-point lead at the break. What changed? How did they get in front all of a sudden?
The activity of Hardy. Hardy was outstanding, creating havoc on the defensive end, creating for others. Arthur Hill made a nice run there, and then you see Ken Flowers, the fine head coach. Look, we saw Henry Ford really make some nice plays with Stampley and Buffkin. They got Mayweather going, but really it was their defense that they were able to apply with a 2-3 zone. It was impressive getting stops, and I think they need to continue to put pressure on Arthur Hill, attacking the basket, not settling, and going after it. They've got enough guys, but really their offense is coming from their defense. And it's been that 2-3 zone that has given the Lumberjacks trouble at times.
We'll keep an eye on as well for Henry Ford. Chad was telling you top of the broadcast about the fact that the Trojans have problems with size sometimes. Their best big guy, Joseph Downey, didn't play very much in the first half at all because he got in foul trouble. He's number 32 in gold and brown and white. He's back in. See if that helps it out for Henry Ford. First shot of the second half, good. Nice stroke. And a bucket for Arthur Hill and Manny Lee.
This kid came off the bench cold. I haven't seen Manny Lee on the roster even. And the guy comes in and knocks down a shot with a lot of confidence. Bodes well for the Lumberjacks.
Back up to a 5-point lead. They led by as many as 6 in the second quarter. That's a foul on Arthur Hill.
Yeah, you just don't have to reach like that. I mean, they need Terry in this game, and you can't afford to have him getting fouls 25 feet from the basket. They can't afford that.
It's the second on DeQuarrie and Terry. Stampley moving left. Into the corner it goes. No good on the 3. There he is. Downey the offensive rebound.
Already making his presence. You pointed out that he's back on the court. Big difference maker already.
Can Henry Ford pay it off on the second attempt? Stampley on the go. Fall away, Jay. Doesn't go in, but they do get a foul.
It's about knowing how to use your body sometimes. And Stampley has a real good awareness of how to use his body. Look at him draw this foul. Smart. Leg kick out. Can't see it quite there, but kicked the legs out just enough and acted just enough to get the call.
Gotta hit your free throws though, Chad. Henry Ford has not been good from the line today. They're 4 of 10.
I've seen Alex Westfall shoot better free throws at St. Mary's last Thursday. I think he was 4 of 6. Sonnenberg was 5 of 10, I think.
Why were they shooting free throws at St. Mary's? Was that before the Beecher game?
Robin Goddard allowed it. It was like recess after they got done setting up before the game.
Terry, who just committed the foul on one end, draws a foul on the other end.
Draws the foul, and Terry's so important to this team and their attack. Can drive it. We saw him with a nice 3-point stroke, which sets up plays like that.
First of 2 for Terry. We were talking earlier about how Arthur Hill only has 1 returning starter from last year. Terry did come back from last year's team, but Hardy, number 10, is the only starter coming back, Chad.
They played a lot of guys on the court minutes, but it's a different responsibility. But you're right. I mean, this is a team that needs time to gel together. On-court minutes together wasn't a thing before this year started for this group.
Stampley moving, shooting, and missing. There's Lee, again, active off the bench.
I mean, I don't know if he wasn't active in the first half, maybe a suspension. I don't know, but Lee came out of the locker room like his pants were on fire and hasn't stopped since.
Here he is again. Offensive foul.
Well, his pants are on fire. You get an offensive foul, too. Oh, It's a long day.
It's a long day. 3 more to go.
It's a fun day, though.
Oh, absolutely.
It's good to see Anika McEvans and Jay Alexander for the ball game. The PSL brass. Dr. Vitti in the house.
Stampley still got it somehow. Patient possession for Henry Ford.
Good to see Erica Bray as well.
Turnover. Ahead to Hardy. Ooh, nice play by Stampley. He tipped it out from behind. What defense.
Great defense, and he just got him enough. Just enough to not get the foul call. Great defense, good hustle and awareness. Smart.
Stampley down to the floor. Turnover. Hurd. 2.
Saginaw is sticky, man. Saginaw, Arthur Hill, that is. Sorry. I mean, this is a aggressive defensive unit.
Big shot. Buffkin hits it. He is hot. Trey Buffkin with 13 points. And Henry Ford stays within shouting distance. Timeout, just about 5 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Bodies hitting the deck. Active hands. Good defense from Arthur Hill has allowed them to keep growing this lead. It's up to 5. Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure, steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Back at Cass Tech. Arthur Hill was down for a lot of that first half, but things have changed. 5-point lead now. They were up by as many as 8 a couple of minutes ago. As Henry Ford breaks the huddle, Chad, what are they thinking about? How are they getting back in this thing?
Henry Ford's got to continue to pressure them. Full court pressure, some traps, get the ball handlers uncomfortable and force them into jump shots.
Terry driving, putting it up and in. They counted the basket. Henry Ford can't believe it. Burton thought it was an offensive foul.
Yeah, Burton did. He hustled to get his feet set, but wasn't stationary long enough. And Hardy took advantage, or excuse me, Terry took advantage. Big momentum play. You see the leadership, though, by Stampley coming over the senior saying, hey, it's okay. Let's go. Just keep it together. I like that.
No good. Rebound, Downey. Henry Ford, a team coming in that hasn't won a game yet this year. Looked good for a lot of the first half. This feels like a danger spot for them, though.
Big time.
Drive, floater, good. Buffkin looks awesome.
He does. We've seen him attack off the dribble. We've seen him shoot it from mid-range and from 3. He's been setting people up, too.
Terry, fall away, Jay, long 2, no good.
Henry Ford's so happy with that.
Now Stampley driving. Terry tied him up down there.
What's a guy got to do to get a foul called? My goodness.
Apparently that wasn't good enough.
No. Stampley doing his best. Look at this attack from the high angle.
Right off the inbound, Burton just put one in for Henry Ford. 3-point game.
Burton bounced right back. Good attitude after he didn't get the call. Kept his mind in it.
Lee drive and kick. Terry, 3. Got it.
It's just such a smooth stroke. It's Aquarian Terry's got it.
And he's got a steal. Brooks tripped and fouled.
Would have loved to have seen him kick it back to Terry, who was all alone, for another 3 for a heat checker, but hard to blame him. Great hustle. There's the smooth, quick release of Terry.
One of the few Lumberjacks returning from last season. They're going to take Terry out here. Manny Lee is back in.
believe he's got all 4 of their 3-pointers.
Off the inbound. Knowledge Hilliard missed it. Offensive rebound, Arthur Hill and a reload.
Hurd with great hustle.
Hardy scoop shot. No, another offensive rebound.
Same guy, Hurd.
Can they pay it off? You bet they can. It's Lina Brooks.
Little kiss to the Detroit City crowd, too.
Largest lead of the game for Arthur Hill. Brooks, a knockdown from the left wing.
Pretty stroke.
Stampley, a little bit of space. No. Downey, rebound. Bufkin wanted a foul, didn't get it. Arthur Hill all over the place. And Manny Lee is letting Bufkin know about it.
Yeah, they're on some kind of a high, partner. And it's translated at both ends of the court. Henry Ford here needs to do something to create offense, an easy offense. Everything's been difficult for them in this quarter, it feels like.
Yeah, Manny was letting Trey know about it. Timeout on the floor, 3:03 to go, third quarter. All Saginaw for Hill right now. Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure, steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
And we're back. 3:03 to go. Third quarter, Arthur Hill a 9-point lead, their largest of the game. Henry Ford looking for some sort of answer. Not there for Mayweather. Travel, Knowledge Hilliard was trapped along that baseline.
Henry Ford got exactly what they needed, a quick turnover to offset. Missed shot.
Now Stampley trapped. Someone had to be open. Burton was.
Good find. Burton, Johnny on the spot again. And another forced turnover, I believe.
Stampley's at midcourt. He doesn't like the call. Number 1 for Henry Ford.
Yeah, foul. Pardon me.
Huge part of the game, right? 2.5 to go, third quarter. Arthur Hill's got this lead at 7. Henry Ford can't afford to be down by much more than that, I think, going into the fourth.
No, but 7's not a bad number. I mean, they're lucky to be down 7.
Manny Lee didn't even play in the first half. He's making it happen in the second half for Arthur Hill.
Who is this masked man? Came out of the locker room, did play in the first. I don't know if he was naughty or nice, but this move is sick. And that is a critical point of the ballgame, as you mentioned. This could push it to 10. What a play.
Oh, yeah.
Fun player to watch.
And this has got to be the part where it's tough, right? For Henry Ford, you haven't won a game yet. They were scrapping and battling and fighting in that first half. And now you see the score being what it is in the second half. And it would only be human nature to think, oh, brother, here we go again.
Yeah, you're right. But another chance also for them to get a win.
Ooh, Downey got shouldered near the face, it looked like.
Again, the poor guy.
Yeah, that's a foul on Manny Lee.
Yikes. Get another look at that. Hit in the left ear. Bell rung.
Manny Lee in this third quarter, after not playing in the first 2 quarters, has 3 points, 3 fouls, and a lot of hustle.
Making his impact, getting all over that scorer sheet, making J-Mo work hard. And Pat the Stat sweat like the butcher's dog down there.
Sweat like the butcher's dog. I've never heard that before.
Well, yeah, and mark it down.
All right.
First of many to come. It's getting late, okay? I'm getting deep in the bag.
Well, the thing is, people are probably sitting there going, what are you guys talking about? It's not even 4 o'clock yet. Well, the first game was at 11. A lot of folks were here well before 11.
Cass Tech, big win over Grosse Pointe South.
Yeah, on the girls' side to start today, yeah.
Then we had one at 12:45. Central and Bloomfield Hills.
Big win for Bloomfield Hills, their first win of the year. Now we got Arthur Hill and Henry Ford. Arthur Hill trying to get win number 6 this season to get up to 6-1. Those Henry Ford Trojans trying to get their first win of the year. Friendly reminder for you, 3 more games to go. Pershing and Saginaw will start just past 4:15. King and East Lansing at 6. And then Cass against Chelsea in the nightcap at 7:45. That should be a really good game.
It should be. And I think all of them have some fun storylines in them.
Nice play off the inbound, off the glass, and good. Henry Ford will take that from Mayweather.
Well, Ken Flowers dialed up a nice bob play there and got a really good look on that baseline.
Knowledge Hilliard right down the alley. They never blew a whistle, and that was good news.
Straight line drive. And Hilliard with some knowledge.
Travel on Stampley.
That's what the Lumberjacks want to do. They want to speed you up. Here's the drive. Relentless.
Got a late sub here for Henry Ford. Looks like Love is coming in and Mayweather's coming out. Oh, no! Lina Brooks, we have liftoff.
Downtown Detroit, wake up. It's midday.
He has been wanting that all day. Largest lead of the day for Saginaw Arthur Hill. The dunk on one end, the defense on the other end. The Lumberjacks are feeling it.
Here's another look, Evan. Brooks. Bang. Lina's third dunk of the day, but none better than this hang, glide, and bash.
Yeah, there was a poor Henry Ford defender down there, Chad. Had to make a business decision. Didn't want to go on a poster. Didn't want to be on that Instagram photo later tonight.
That's right. That's right.
Man, the way this game is flipped. It doesn't feel like, to me anyway, that anything changed specifically for Henry Ford. Arthur Hill's just turned up the gas.
They have. It's been a collective effort, too. They've got about 4 or 5 guys that have all chipped in. But it's the energy on the bench, the energy, the expectation in the program. And what can you say about Manny Lee? I mean, Manny Lee was really the only guy that's been different that wasn't in the first half. He's been a big plus, too.
Yeah, remember, Tyler Dorsey left the game for Arthur Hill, got cut near his eye.
That's right.
Near the end of the first half. Manny Lee's been playing those minutes and totally changed things for Arthur Hill.
Almost forgot about him. Good call and a good bounce back.
Right off the inbound, they had Downey, then Downey lost it. Arthur Hill ball. Hardy, Brooks. They got a little excited on that one.
They're not done yet. Going to have some more fun. Trying to reverse that. I think it works a little better the other way, but who am I to judge?
Now the pressure from Arthur Hill. Stampley broke it for Henry Ford, and he got blocked and fouled apparently by Hill. Manny Lee, beg your pardon.
Manny Lee. I think that's his 4th foul.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. And he's made everyone worth it. It is his 4th indeed. If you're going to foul him firmly. Here's another look. He got him a little bit. It's a good angle.
I mean, you look at the Henry Ford scoring today. It's been balanced. Mayweather's had 8, Buffkin 15, Stampley with 11. How are they going to change this year? How are they going to get back in the game with the score now being an 11-point game?
You just have to force turnovers and get more possessions and get loose balls like that, 50-50 balls. But can't give up easy buckets.
There's a steal. Downey coming back for Henry Ford. And then he threw it away. And then Terry turned it over. Stampley for 2.
How about that moving screen by Mayweather? A savvy play, albeit illegal. I like it.
Hilliard for Hardy. Blocked and fouled by Johnson.
Kind of like that pick play in football. But good attack here by number 10, Mr. Hardy. He's had a healthy day. Throw ahead. Look at this little block. No big deal. Good take, though. It's been a fun day for Martell Stampley. He's 13 points, second leading scorer for this team.
Now Arthur Hill at the free throw line, missing the easy ones. They have also not been good at the charity stripe. They're 6 of 13. Good day for Don Cuevas Hardy. But he just missed both free throws. Rebound Terry. That's a break for the Lumberjacks.
Big break. They've got a lot of those 50-50 balls. Henry Ford can't afford that.
It's a foul from behind on Knowledge Hilliard. Just under half a minute to go, third quarter. Back up to an 11-point lead for Arthur Hill. Notable year for the team. The last year the school is going to exist. Saginaw and Arthur Hill will combine into Saginaw United High School next year.
That's right. There's a look at Ken Flowers, great head coach. State title under his belt. A lot of great players he's produced. This time as the bench boss. State champs in 2016, runners-up in 2015. Ken getting everything out of that bench he can today. Also the dean of students at Henry Ford High School.
Like the man doesn't have enough jobs. Hilliard ahead of the pack, threw it away. Brooks didn't set his feet. That's a turnover.
It's a 10-point game. We haven't even entered the fourth. Still a lot of time. Henry Ford needs a good shot here to end this quarter. Here's another look at the forced TO there.
After all of this, Henry Ford can get it down to single digits going into the fourth. Oh, Brooks may have turned his ankle. Stampley pass, tipped off of multiple objects, and then he got blocked.
Wow, a lot going on there.
A lot going on.
Thought there was a foul, and that would have created 2 free throws. But the no call, the play on, and then the block. Got to work quick here, Evan, with 1:8 to go.
Stampley will inbound it, so you wonder where they'll go.
Back to Stampley. Watch the return pass.
Mayweather didn't know how much time there was. All right, to the fourth. Arthur Hill trying to make it a 6-1 start to the season. They're 8 minutes away.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
To the fourth quarter in game 3 out of 6. I guess this finishes what, the afternoon slate?
Yeah, the first half of games. Yeah, the afternoon, morning slate, the brunch slates, if you will. You've got more basketball to call.
Yes, we do. Good job by Hardy getting downhill and drawing a foul on Henry Ford. Strong start to the fourth quarter for Arthur Hill, Chad, who just kept growing that lead throughout the third quarter. And now they enter this fourth quarter trying to close it out.
Yeah, their biggest quarter, 23 points in that third quarter. See the drive and the attack. Shot up and good. This guy's been special, Mr. Hardy, tonight.
One more coming for the sophomore. The only returning starter from last year. He started as a freshman. He split the pair at the line. Blocking foul on the Lumberjacks.
Hardy has 11 points in this game, but he's missed 8 free throws. I mean, this is a guy that, you know, the lead could be a lot bigger. He's left a lot out there, but that said, it's been a fabulous game by number 10. Henry Ford needs to get a possession here that is what they do best. What do they do best? Number 1 needs to get a shot here, Evan. Needs to end up in his hands, hopefully going to the rim.
Stampley sitting on 14, just had it tipped out of bounds by Hardy. Stays with the Trojans on this end. Hardy's contesting that inbound. He's not leaving Stampley's side. Here comes the double. Buffkin dribbled off his foot. Hardy missed it. Buffkin had the late defense. Now can they avoid the trap? No, they cannot. Brooks, another dunk. Oh, he's feeling it.
The fourth. Springy one.
On the other end, the layup for Henry Ford. Off the glass and good for Mayweather.
Easy open looks. Half-court sets. Nowhere to be found in the last few minutes.
Hardy spinning off that Brooks screen. Oh, look at the handles from Hardy. Oh, my goodness. How pretty was that?
How pretty was it? In traffic, strong off the glass. Draws the 5th foul of the game. Fouling out the Henry Ford star. Look at that. Mighty man.
It's so much fun watching plays like that because there's 3 or 4 times on a play like that where it could go wrong. The first time he crosses between the legs. The second time he goes behind the back. The third time he spins. The fourth time he puts up the shot. The degree of difficulty for Hardy there was nuts.
Really was. It's Burton's 5th foul. He fouls out. Lumberjacks all over the glass. Just a higher energy level. Another look here. The dunk. 4th of the day for Lina Brooks.
Now they got it down low. He's dishing it off to Hardy. And Arthur Hill right now is ballooning this lead big time.
Yeah, Hardy now with 15 points. Really feeling it. Great teamwork, too.
Buffkin blocked. Doing it on both ends. Buford with the block.
It's been a collective effort defensively for the Lumberjacks. Here you see it. Good baseline move. Great burst. Buffkin thinks he has it. Forced to reset.
Stampley. That's a big-time shot from a long way away.
Yeah, and he didn't trust it from the get-go. It didn't feel right. He went in to get his rebound and...
Oh, my goodness. Lina Brooks is a skywalker on a Wednesday in Detroit.
Man. Walking on sunshine. Putting on a show.
Another foul. Lina Brooks. We're going to have to clip up all these dunks and send it to him. One after another today that have been rim rockers.
And a little flex afterwards. To Chris Armani Rose and Nora. Little something special for that north side baseline.
Lina's senior. Came back from Arthur Hill's team last year. Number 5 in blue and yellow has mismatched shoes. It's not because
he's colorblind.
No, it's the style. Yeah.
Have you ever done that?
I have not.
Do you think you could pull that off?
I don't know if I could answer that question. I feel like you'd have to ask somebody else because I'm pretty confident in myself. So I'm going to go, of course. Of course, man. You see some of the shoes I wear?
I love it. I think you could, Evan. I think you could pull it off.
No good. Buford missed it along the baseline. It will stay on this end, though, with Arthur Hill.
Yeah, Arthur Hill just too much. Too much on the offensive glass. This guy's been something, an emotional leader. Henry Ford needs to get something going defensively to force. Here's the double team trap and the foul.
It's going to be on Michael Johnson.
I like the teaching by Martell Stampley, number 1 for Henry Ford. He's out there talking to his teammates. Comes over, has a word with the junior Michael Johnson.
Brooks wants the ball. Got to give it up to Hardy. And he's got 2. Bench thought he was going to dunk it. Hardy got in the air and realized I'm probably going to have to lay this one in.
He's a fun player to watch. So explosive. So's this guy.
Stampley missed the shot. It's been a good day for him, though. Good effort by Henry Ford. Mayweather missed it. Here we go. Arthur Hill slowing it up briefly.
Yeah, Stampley's still in the backcourt. Slow to get up.
Terry fouled by Mayweather.
Number 1's given his all today, but he's gassed. And the Lumberjacks have done that to a lot of opponents this year. There's the foul. Good attack. Coming up next, we've got Pershing and Saginaw High. The Doughboys are in the house. 7 Mile and Ryan stand up. And then Saginaw here to watch their future teammates, perhaps.
Yeah, right.
Hey, you guys are playing. Why don't we be friends next year? Why can't we be friends?
They'll be friends after the last time they play.
Yeah, I think so.
Like
That'll probably be a war.
Yeah.
As it should be.
As it should be. So many great basketball players from Saginaw. Obviously Draymond Green and Arthur Hill alum. Jason Richardson, who won the dunk contest. Great player at Michigan State.
Yes.
It's a really cool basketball history in Saginaw, for sure.
Outstanding history. And a Final Four team last year. I mean, they're still making some splashes. Can you imagine when these teams combine? So, haven't heard what division they're going to play in. I'd imagine it would be Division I, but I don't know. Enrollment's really gone down in Saginaw. So, we'll see. Eli Wiles out there is the 6th defender for Henry Ford.
There he is.
Yeah. The Wild Man. He wanted to give his hat to you today.
He did give his hat to me.
He did give his hat to you?
Yeah, he was rocking a Fox Big Noon kickoff. I'm a massive fan of Gus, his quarterback Joel, and the All-American girl Jenny Taft.
You got it all, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
I love
Outstanding broadcast crew.
Yes, it is.
Foul down low. Love threw it up.
Eli's been on tour with them all fall long, and he's back. It's tour. It's work. Here's another look at it from the high angle. That hook shot draws the foul.
This is one of those cool times of year where you can flip on the TV and anything you want to watch is there. You want little college hoops, it's on a channel somewhere. You want bowl games, it's on a channel somewhere. You want football, probably on a channel somewhere. NFL football. Great time of year.
It is. It's fun. You got bowl games. You've got afternoon basketball games. Somebody better check this young man, Terry.
And then the follow was no good. Arthur Hill bringing the pressure. Couldn't break it.
Here we go.
Oh, boy. Brooks! The windmill! The best of the day!
By far. Save the best for last. Who knows if that is the last? That's dunk number 6, I believe. And I don't think he's done.
For now, it's Hardy. Brooks threw it to Terry. Backcourt violation.
Yeah, that's okay. He's forgiven by this downtown Detroit crowd. Here's another look. The hammer, the windmill.
Hey, man, we were talking about Jason Richardson, who went to Arthur Hill and won the dunk contest. Someone clip all these up and send it to Jason Richardson. You know, a guy who's on the team now, Lina Brooks, is pretty good, man.
Don't you worry. Anthony Colombo is busy at the dial. Clipping. He'll have him out if he doesn't have him out already.
This is turning into a heck of an afternoon for Arthur Hill. Henry Ford looking for a bucket. Buffkin's hit a bunch, just hit another one.
I like this kid, Taviar Buffkin. His 3rd triple out of the day, 18 points.
Under 3.5 to go. Arthur Hill closing in on their 6th win in 7 games this season. Only loss, a 4-point loss to Hamtramck. Everyone else in their way has been pushed rudely out of the way.
We'll see that Hamtramck team on the PreP a couple times this year. Later in the season, February.
Brooks blocked. I guess she can't have a highlight every time.
A little love from DeMacco from the backside. He's just a freshman. Lots to like about this Henry Ford team. Winless and probably looking to continue that. But look, Ken Flowers is playing tough competition. Knows that they've been in some games. Knows what he has. He's got enough pieces to win. But not today. With 3:04 to go and down by 14. Most likely. Young and undersized, but headed in the right direction.
Here we go. Every time Brooks has got the ball, we're wondering what the heck he's going to do. Lina Brooks. 5 seconds. He says, "Are you kidding me?"
Well, nobody wants to see him dribble. No offense. Nobody wants to see him shoot. People want to see that man dunk. Give him another open lane, please.
Now Stampley gets fouled by Brooks. Seriously, I remember there was a game in the PSL Classic last year, Chad. I think it was the second to last game, King against Flint Hamady, where the Hawks of Hamady just had a dunk show the entire game.
Yeah.
Brooks has put on his own personal highlight reel today.
He has, and I do recall him from last year having a little bit of a dunk or two, but this was just absurd. Fun to watch. Congratulations to Lina Brooks. We've got a technical foul called, I believe, Evan.
Yeah, Stampley hits the free throw. 19 now for him.
It's a nice piece, good player, mature, senior leader.
I mean, I know Arthur Hill's had all these highlights in the second half, but there's 2:46 to go, and it is still going to be a 12-point game. Okay, here's what happened. Brooks was saying something to Stampley.
Yeah.
And they teed him up. There you go.
Late tee.
Stampley fouled on his way to the basket. He hits a pair of free throws. This is a 10-point game.
That's right. It's not over yet. And I wasn't trying to be presumptuous, but this is, hey, look, there's a lot of fight, and it may not be over. We know this. Henry Ford fighting back. Ken Flowers' teams don't lie down. What a great program he's built here, much like he did at Detroit Redford High School. Manny Harris, company. Can remember going down to Callahan Hall and watching Detroit Redford against Detroit Southeastern, led by George Ward at the time at venerable Callahan Hall. Special place to watch a couple of special teams.
All right, 10-point game. This thing is not over. Henry Ford has been hanging around, and for all the Arthur Hill highlights we've seen, they're going to close here.
It's not. You need some steals, you need stops, you need turnovers, and you need a plan. Ken Flowers going to do that, draw it up as we step aside for perhaps the final time tonight.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
.239 to go. Henry Ford has trailed by a bunch for a lot of this second half, but they're hanging around. Arthur Hill's had some highlights, some dunks, some good defense, but let's see if Henry Ford can turn up the pressure a little bit.
Yep, this is a foul, and Ken Flowers going to grab his young man and give him a teaching point here. Near steal on that sideline, but they got a little physical. But, hey, this is a free throw game, and nobody has really shown that they're a proven free throw shooting team. One team is 8 of 19, and the other team is 13 of 22. That would make John Wooden roll over in his grave.
The team that is 13 of 22 is Henry Ford. To their credit, they've made 4 in a row. Team at the line right now, Arthur Hill, 8 of 19. It's Cass Tech, the defending state champs, starting to file in. They got the last game of the night slated to start right around 7:45, 8 o'clock against Chelsea.
Yeah, looking forward to calling that. Reggie Butler is in the house. He and I will have that one. And the nightcapper, we'll talk to Jay Alexander as well.
Couple of free throws for Ramon Kelly. Mayweather for Henry Ford, bouncing down low, layup missed, bodies fall into the floor. Arthur Hill has got it. They throw it to Brooks. I'm not quite sure what that was.
Yeah, got caught in between passing or keeping it himself and dunking, which everybody wanted to see, but it didn't happen. And that is a timeout. My goodness. No foul.
Henry Ford finally got the timeout. They have 2 left, now 1, and Arthur Hill's got 1 left. We've talked about the lineage and the heritage at Arthur Hill High School all day. One friendly reminder for you, again, talked about Jason Richardson, Eric Davis, a grad back in 2015. A couple of state titles in Arthur Hill's trophy case. They actually won a state title back in 1944. And yes, the curious thing that we've talked about all day, Chad, Arthur Hill High School not going to exist starting next year. They're combining with Saginaw, turning it into Saginaw United. It's the way of the world, right? We've seen it down here in Detroit a lot over the last couple of decades.
Yep.
High schools closing, combining. There's like Southwestern and Mackenzie.
That's right.
Going away. It's a sad fact of life. Things change, and that great rivalry, Arthur Hill and Saginaw, only going to be played this year, and then they combine.
That's right. There you see the offers by Lina Brooks as well, Northwood, Saginaw Valley, some of the other schools he's been offered. I tell you what, he's one of those guys that could rise with his stock and get him up to that Division I level, but fun, exciting player. Eric Davis, guy who started Texas, also from Saginaw Arthur Hill.
Stampley lets it go. In and out. Rebound Brooks.
Needed that one.
Line of Brooks. No. Tapped around and saved by Terry.
Just every 50-50 ball. Sorry, Evan. Every 50-50 ball has gone to them today. Every one of them.
You'd have to think now Arthur Hill beating clock and Henry Ford's got to think about fouling.
Yes.
Hardy just got fouled.
Did he ever?
Yeah.
Oh, back to the line. It's been a great evening for number 10. Guy who's just taking this team on his shoulders with a rip drive and taking it. Trying to improve upon this late surge from the free throw line for Saginaw Arthur Hill.
Balanced attack today for Arthur Hill. Hardy, 17. Brooks, 17. Terry, 17. Figuring out who our G of the game would be. I would lean toward Lina Brooks for all those dunks, but it's not my decision.
What was your vote?
My vote was Brooks. A lot of dunks.
Yeah, okay.
Lee missed one down low twice, and then the follow for Hardy. No. Henry Ford getting up the floor. There's still time. Stampley, high off the glass and good. Wow.
He's used the glass so creatively today. It's been fun to watch. Really like number 1, Martell Stampley.
That's 24 points.
Big time.
No good. Under a minute to play.
Gotta go. No
Henry
time
Ford's
to waste.
got to get up the floor. Stampley almost lost it. Downey into the corner. No good. That would have been huge. Here we go. Lina Brooks again.
Oh, man. Oh, 6 dunks. I think that sealed our G of the game. Lina Brooks. The leaping Lina Brooks.
Floater off. Rebound. Brooks. And let's see if Henry Ford fouls or we get this thing to the finish line. Saginaw Arthur Hill will improve to 6-1. Tony Davis will call a quick timeout to get a few guys into the lineup. With about 19 seconds to go. Hey, Henry Ford gave him a challenge. They never went away. Henry Ford battled early, had a big lead early. But this is going to be a hard-fought victory for Arthur Hill as we start to turn toward the new year and they start to turn to the meat of their schedule.
Yeah, and here's another look at that dunk. Arthur Hill's going to be fun to watch in the Saginaw Valley League there in the north. Yeah, I mean, they came in here and just proved that they were the better team. Henry Ford's still learning how to win. They're trying to learn how to win. They've got pieces, though, Evan, that are impressive. Stampley, Buffkin, you talked about Downey. They've got enough guys that can make some hay in their conference this year, the gold of the PSL.
Someone's got to inbound it. There you go. All right, new guys into the game. Someone's got to put up a shot here. Oh, that was just very nice. Hand off to Hardy for a dunk that the bench loves.
Boy, can he get up. What is he, 5'9", 5'10"? How about those bunnies? Pink, hot, flaming.
Journey Williams with the foul. 4 seconds left. Martell Stampley has just given his all today.
Another look at that dunk. Boom. Boy, the dunk meter when Arthur Hill plays is high.
Whatever it is, take the over. Whatever it is, take the over.
Yep.
Martell Stampley finishing off a heck of an afternoon. If he hits this free throw, that's 26 points. Kept his team afloat, but it was just too little too late. Saginaw Arthur Hill, a walking, talking dunk machine at Cass Tech today. They almost had another one after the buzzer. Final, Lumberjacks 71, Trojans of Henry Ford 59. Saginaw Arthur Hill in their last ever season off to a great start, 6-1. We'll be back with our G of the game. Lina Brooks, I'm going to have to ask him what it feels like to dunk like that. We'll be back to talk to him after this. Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure, steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond. In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Arthur Hill takes down Henry Ford in our third game of the day. We had a lot of choices from Arthur Hill for G of the game, but we go with Lina Brooks, who had 6 dunks.
I don't know. I wasn't counting.
Oh, you know. Come on.
I wasn't counting. I was just doing it, going with the flow of the game.
You had some ridiculous dunks. Windmills, hammers, tomahawks all over the place. None of us on the broadcast crew will ever know what that feels like. So when you're in the air, you know you're about to dunk it. What's going through your mind?
Just to make the dunk, because if you saw at the beginning of the game, I missed too many dunks. Sometimes I try to dunk it too hard, and it'll hit the back of the rim real hard, and it'll just pop up if you can tell. But I just focus on just trying to get the dunk in there.
Looking at your team, right, Henry Ford gives you a challenge in the first half. There was a large stretch of that game where they were leading. What was the turning point you thought for your guys to end up pulling away and winning here?
Just some sub adjustments, to be honest, because once we got 2 players in there and they hit some shots, it turned the whole game around. And going into that half, I think we were up 3. So them coming in just changed the whole game around and brought a different energy.
We've talked about this a lot on the broadcast today. Obviously, interesting times in Saginaw. Arthur Hill and Saginaw are combining. Saginaw's about to play in the next game here, and there's going to be one high school starting next year. There's a proud basketball tradition in Saginaw. For someone who's there, who lives there, who's part of it, what does Saginaw basketball, what does that sport mean in that city?
Basketball, it's really deep, because a lot of people don't know. Saginaw, they got a lot of people who could have went really far, but just bad choices and just the environment. Like in Saginaw, just because it's so little, you wouldn't even notice all the culture of just athletes that they got down there, football, basketball, any sports for real.
Last one for you. We've seen the highlights of the dunks here. Your shoes, we were talking about them. They're mismatched. They're Jaws.
Yeah.
You look like Ja Morant. I'm going to sound like Spike Lee here. Is it the shoes? It's got to be the shoes.
It might be the shoes, because I changed my shoes at halftime. I had on some Christmas LeBrons, and then I switched them into the Jaws, and then I started making dunks. So I guess it's the shoes.
Dude, whatever you were wearing, you look cool when you're dunking like that.
Thank you so
Lina
much.
Brooks, appreciate your time, man. Best
Appreciate
of
for
luck.
having me. Thank you.
Saginaw Arthur Hill beats Detroit Henry Ford. They're up to 6-1 on the year. Lina, our G of the game. And that concludes our third game of the day. 3 more to go. The next one coming up, Pershing against Saginaw. Chad Bush and Reggie Butler will have that call for you. For our whole crew, Evan Stockton saying thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of this day. Full day of hoops from Cass Tech High School in the heart of Detroit.